evening. You're now with me, Adina Rahman, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak has submitted to Putrajaya its list of proposed sporting events that it would like to host at the 2027 Southeast Asian SEA Games. Malaysia and New Zealand have agreed to expand bilateral trade value by 50% by 2030. Massive protests erupted in Israel over hostage killings. Members of Betong Division Development Agency BDDA Innovation and Socio-Economic Project Steering Committee are currently on a week-long study to visit Thailand. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas, highlighted that the visit aims to gain new knowledge and opportunities in agriculture and agrotourism, particularly in the coconut processing industry.
So this technical team, later on, after they come back, they will communicate. The resident is here. Will communicate with Mr. Chai. I think we have a very fruitful visit today. Our purpose of coming to Bangkok is to study the agriculture development, to look at the whole supply chain from production, extension, packaging, marketing, processing. So we have a number of programs. So one of our jobs is to develop agriculture activity in our region as a way to increase income of our people.
Uga, who is also BDDA chairman, said the committee will also visit the renowned Thailand Coconut Company Limited and Talat Thai, known for its fresh farm products, as well as a local market or Tirkor near Bangkok. Additionally, the delegation will also be taken to a certified food and animal testing laboratory at the Better Growth Science Centre in Lopburi Province. The trip will also include visits to farms in Chok Chai and Saitong to study the processing methods for agricultural products, such as fresh milk, cheese, and yogurt. The week-long visit includes all 6 members of the BDDA Steering Committee. Sarawak has submitted its list of proposed sporting events for the 2027 Southeast Asian SEA Games to the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports. According to the Minister of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development Sarawak, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah stated Sarawak was asked to select half of the 36 sports featured in the biennial multi-sports event.
To choose, because there are going to be 36 sports that will be in the next SEA Games 2027. We have given KBS our list, but these are not final, because I was made to understand that there are other states that are also keen to organize maybe 1 or 2 sports.
He said this at a press conference at his office on Monday. Additionally, he said that Sarawak is still keen on hosting the opening ceremony in Kuching. Following the success of SUKMA 2024 Sarawak, Karim noted that there had also been requests from Cebu and Sri Aman for some sporting events to be held in the divisions.
Well, we will discuss with Kuala Lumpur, because this is a regional event. This is not a national event or a state event. I cannot make decision unilaterally.
Meanwhile, on the proposed sporting events, Karim is confident that Sarawak can be the host for swimming, diving and 10-pin bowling, which has the best facilities for the sports. Previously, the Ministry of Youth and Sports announced that Malaysia has agreed to host the 2027 SEA Games, following the commitment from Sarawak, Sabah and Penang to co-host the event. The three states have expressed their readiness to use their own resources to co-host the Games alongside Kuala Lumpur.
Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim is set to take part in the Eastern Economic Forum EEF and is scheduled to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. According to Russia's Roscongress Foundation on Monday, Anwar aims to discuss economic cooperation with President Putin, highlighting Malaysia's independence stance. The 2024 Eastern Economic Forum will be held from September 3rd to September 6th at the campus of the Far Eastern Federal University in Vladivostok. The inaugural Sarawak International Band and Orchestra Festival Sivu Pass 2024 will bring together local and international musicians. Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak, Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, stated that presents an opportunity to enhance tourism by showcasing Sarawak's cultural richness and artistic talent to the world.
This festival offers a distinct blend of activities, allowing visitors to immerse themselves in both professional music training and local experiences, ranging from traditional music to authentic cuisines. The festival therefore provides significant economic benefits by attracting tourists, promoting local businesses, and enhancing Sarawak's reputation as a cultural destination on the international stage.
Themed music, culture and friendship, the festival would serve as a platform to bring together over 200 participants comprising youth wind bands, orchestras, industry experts, educators and musicians from Malaysia, Singapore and Japan. He added the festival also reflects the government's commitment to not only fostering musical excellence but also promoting cultural diversity and deepening relationships through music. The finale gala concert on September 20th will feature performances by both local and international musicians, including at Adao, the Band Lab, the multi-award winning Ikodai Maiden High School Symphonic Band.
Another exciting highlight at the concert is the world premiere of the Sibu Fest 2024 theme song, Cat on the Waterfront, composed by a 20-year-old Japanese composer, Keigo Makino. This composition is unique as it is the result of a cross-collaborative effort between a foreign composer and a local musician, based on motif from a Dayak song, Bambalale, Ame and Tuyang.
Sibofest will be held from September 17th to 19th at Lodge Secondary School, while the gala concert will be held on September 20th at the Waterfront Hotel. The 2024 agricultural census in Sarawak has reached 65% completion as it enters its 58th day. Chief Statistician of the Department of Statistics Malaysia DOSM, Dato Sri Dr. Muhammad Uzir Mahidin said the 2024 agricultural census is set to play a pivotal role in shaping the future of the agricultural sector.
The census last conducted in 25 is part of the broader initiative to update the country's agriculture data.
Dan kita rasa amat teruja dengan kerjasama yang diberikan kerana kita telah lama tidak melaksanakan banci pertanian sejak 2005 iaitu hampir 19 tahun yang lalu. Rata-rata daripada maklum balas yang kita terima daripada para pengusaha pertanian yang telah pun kita liputi, mereka amat memberikan kerjasama yang amat erat dan mereka juga mendengarkan perkara-perkara berkaitan dengan bagaimana prospek penggunaan teknologi, prospek pemasaran dan juga bagaimana juga di kalangan para petani yang telah berumur
Dr. Uze, who is also the Census Commissioner, said that the data collected through the census will be instrumental in identifying opportunities for growth and development within the agriculture sector. Additionally, the census is seen as a strategic step to reduce dependency on food imports and to enhance national food security. He stressed the significant contribution of agriculture to Sarawak's economy, accounting for 10.6% of the GDP in 2023, valued at 15 billion ringgit. The nationwide implementation of the agriculture census is expected to be completed by October 10.
Welcome back. Malaysia and New Zealand have agreed to expand bilateral trade value by 50% by 2030. New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon said both countries also will work on the e-certification and new custom cooperation to ensure smooth flows at the border.
We're working on e-certification and new customs cooperation to smooth flows at the border, and we've talked a lot more about what we can do to strengthen our education links and our youth exchanges so that the next generation of Kiwis and Malaysians have that same close relationship that we enjoy today.
He said this at a joint press conference with Malaysia's Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim at the Prime Minister's office in Putrajaya on Monday. Luxon is on his first official visit to Malaysia from September 1st to 3rd, marking a significant step to further strengthen the already robust ties between the two nations. During his visit, Luxon met with Anwar to explore avenues for deepening bilateral relations, with a particular focus on expanding trade, investment and defense cooperation. Luxon, who assumed his premiership on November 27, 2023, acknowledged Malaysia's incredible growth story. Meanwhile, Anwar said Malaysia and New Zealand have agreed to enhance collaboration in trade, investments and research, particularly in halal industry.
Malaysia has requested New Zealand to provide more spots for Malaysian students, particularly postgraduates, in the study of new fields in the country. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim said New Zealand has the expertise in the areas, especially energy transition and food technology.
He told this to the media at a joint press conference with his Kiwi counterpart, Christopher Luxon, after the two leaders held a bilateral meeting on Monday. He stated that Malaysia has benefited from student exchanges with New Zealand in the past and looks forward to strengthening the ties, especially for postgraduate programs.
Right. I mean, the fact that the new Prime Minister of New Zealand chooses to visit us in his first year in office shows his personal commitment and the New Zealand's commitment to attempt to enhance relations.
In addition, both Anwar and Luxon expressed commitment to strengthen long-standing ties in areas of mutual interest, including trade and investment, tourism, agriculture, education, defense and security, and halal sector. Luxon is currently on a 3-day visit to Malaysia from September 1st to 3rd for bilateral discussions and collaboration. This will be his first visit to this country since taking office in November 2023.
Right, all new motorcycles with the engine capacity of 150cc and above must have the anti-lock braking system ABS starting January 1st, 2025 to reduce traffic accidents. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the feature can reduce motorcyclist fatalities during accident by 31%.
Let's start with making motorcycle rides safer. I myself is a rider, but very safe riding whenever I'm on the road. Because in Malaysia, motorcyclists accounted for about 65% of traffic death last year alone. Therefore, from 1st January next year, all new motorcycles with the engine capacity of 150cc and above must have anti-lock braking system or ABS.
He said this in his speech at the conference on Asia Road Safety Cars on Monday. Zahid, who is also Malaysian Cabinet Committee on Road Safety and Traffic Congestion Chairman, is also confident that the move will inspire other ASEAN countries to adopt similar measures, making motorcycles safer across the region. Zahid also proposed that the Malaysian Motorcycle Assessment Programme, MyMaps, scope be extended beyond Malaysia to encompass the ASEAN or Asia region, enhancing motorcycle safety across the continent. Noting that the world's first holistic rating system for motorcycle gives consumers the advantage to make an assessment before buying their motorcycles.
Malaysia Airlines must confirm that a flight from KLIA to Incheon International Airport, South Korea, turned back early this morning due to a technical issue with the hydraulic system. In a statement today, MAS said that flight MH66 made a precautionary return to Kuala Lumpur shortly after takeoff and landed safely at KLIA Terminal 1 at 1:30 a.m.
MAS added that all passengers have been accommodated at a hotel and the flight has been rescheduled to 8 p.m. on Monday. Meanwhile, Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia CAAM Chief Executive Officer Datuk Captain Norazman Mahmud said that CAAM had also been informed of the incident. It was reported that another MAS plane on a flight from KLIA to Incheon International Airport, South Korea, had turned back early this morning. According to Flight Radar 24 website, the flight using an Airbus A330-323 aircraft took off from KLIA at 12:01 this morning before turning around and landing safely at KLIA a few hours later. Flight MH66 was supposed to take off at 11:30 p.m. last night. This is the fifth incident involving MAS flights being forced to turn back or be diverted in less than a month. On August 22nd, flight MH152, which departed from Kuala Lumpur at 2:23 p.m. bound for Madinah, Saudi Arabia, had to turn around due to a pressurization issue and landed back at KLIA at 5:22 p.m. The day prior, flight MH386, which used an Airbus A330-300 aircraft, departed from KLIA to Shanghai at 9:14 p.m. and reportedly had to turn back to KLIA after flying for about 70 minutes due to cabin pressure problems. On August 20th, flight MH152 from Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur had to make an emergency stop at Alice Springs Airport, Australia, due to engine problems at approximately 4:35 a.m. local time. Meanwhile, on August 4th, a Malaysia Airlines flight MH156 carrying 259 Umrah pilgrims bound for Jeddah turned back to KLIA due to technical problems shortly after takeoff.
The Malaysian contingent at the 2024 Paris Paralympic Games bagged its first medal when sprinter Eddie Bernard grabbed a bronze in the men's 100-meter T44 physical impairment event at the Stade de France on Sunday. The Sabah sprinter got off to a good start but lost a bit of momentum mid-race before crossing the finishing line in 11.58 seconds for the bronze medal.
The 23-year-old Paralympic debutant also broke the all-Asian record of 11.75 seconds set by Sri Lanka's Indika Gamage at the 2024 World Para-Athletics Championships in Kobe, Japan in May. Eddie also improved on his personal best of 11.77 seconds set at the prestigious World Meet. Meanwhile, at the men's T12 long jump visually impaired event, Argentine Fernando Vasquez's final jump of 6.88 meters shattered national para-athlete Jonathan Wong Kar-gi hopes of taking home a medal, surpassing the 6.85 mark of Kar-gi's first attempt on the fourth day of athletics championship at the Stade de France. The 33-year-old repeated his jump of 6.85 meter on his sixth and final attempt, but the mark was only good to finish fourth overall out of 6 competitors. Today's results saw Kar-gi improve his previous Paralympics performance after finishing 6th in the T13 visually impaired long jump event with a distance of 5.93 during his debut at the Tokyo 2020 edition. The distance cleared today, however, was way off compared to his personal best of 7.22 meters, which was set at the 2018 China Open. Nonetheless, Kar-gi hopes to return stronger at the 2026 Asian Para Games in Japan.
Massive protests erupted in Israel on Sunday after the death of 6 hostages and criticizing the Israeli government for failing to secure the safe release of hostages in the Gaza Strip. Protesters also demand the Benjamin Netanyahu's government to take immediate action to reach agreements with Hamas on a ceasefire and the safe release of hostages who have now been held for nearly 11 months. The call by Israel's largest union to paralyze the economy follows a night of massive demonstrations, with tens of thousands of protesters taking to the streets in an outpouring of grief and fury over 6 hostages killed in the Gaza Strip. Local media estimated up to 500,000 people demonstrated across Jerusalem, Tel Aviv and other cities, demanding that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu do more to bring home the remaining 101 hostages, about a third of whom officials estimate have died. In Tel Aviv, police officers clashed with demonstrators as they urged them to stop blocking traffic. In Jerusalem, protesters blocked streets and demonstrated outside of Netanyahu's house.
I'm angry, I'm furious. You see here, it's just frustration. We are here to protest against the Israeli government that is making wrong decisions. And this government, because of political reasons and for the right extreme coalition of Netanyahu, is breaking those values. And this is the core of the existence of our country. No values, no country. That's why we're here, to save the country, to bring back the hostages.
I'm very angry. I'm very, very angry. I feel betrayed, but I've been feeling like that for a long time. I think we have a criminal government who lets the hostages be murdered only for the sake of the coalition. And we have a prime minister who doesn't think of the good of the country, but only of his own good.
On Saturday, Israeli military recovered 6 bodies from an underground tunnel in the Rafah area on Saturday. Netanyahu, who faces growing calls to end nearly 11 months of war, said Sunday that Israel would not rest until those responsible were caught, while Hamas officials blamed the Israeli government for the deaths because of its refusal to sign a ceasefire deal. Families of the deceased hostages criticized the government for delays in negotiations. Negotiations mediated by the US, Qatar and Egypt have not yet succeeded despite ongoing efforts, and critics have accused Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of prolonging the war for political gain. Meanwhile, the United Nations, in collaboration with Palestinian health authorities, began to vaccinate children in the Gaza Strip on Sunday, with Israel and Hamas agreed to briefly pause their 11-month war to allow the campaign to proceed. The campaign began in central Gaza and will move to other areas in the coming days. According to authorities, fighting will pause for at least 8 hours of 3 consecutive days. The WHO said the pauses will likely need to extend to a 4th day, and the first round of vaccinations will take just under 2 weeks.
We are at Nusairat Unarwa Health Center. The polio vaccination in Deir al-Bala, or middle zone, has started today. In this site, we are seeing a lot of enthusiasm from the community. There is a lot of turnover from the families, and children are coming and they're really excited to receive the vaccination from the vaccinators here.
Children, escorted by members of their family, crowded the UN-run clinic in the central Gaza city of Deir al-Bala, where around 1 million people were sheltering.
اليوم احنا اجينا هان نطعم الاطفال ضد مرض شلل الاطفال. مرض شلل الاطفال مرض طبعا خطير ولازم نطعم الاطفال عشانه. معي انا 5 اطفال اجيت اليوم اطعمهم واحنا جايين طبعا هنا مسافه طويله. مسافة كتير طويلة، الوضع كان طبعا مش تمام، الدور طويل عريض زي ما انتم شايفين.
WHO officials said at least 90% of the children need to be vaccinated twice, with 4 weeks between doses for the campaign to succeed. But it faces huge challenges in Gaza, which has been largely destroyed by the war. A white beluga whale, alleged to be a spy for Russia, was found dead off the Norwegian coast on Saturday. The news was confirmed by a Norwegian non-profit organization, Marine Mind, that was tracking its movements.
Nicknamed Vladimir, the name is a combination of the Norwegian word for whale and Russian President Vladimir Putin's first name. The beluga was first reported dead by a father and son who was fishing in Reykjavik Bay in southern Norway. In a tribute post on social media, Marine Mind NGO said Vladimir was not just an animal, he was a beacon of hope, a symbol of connection, and a reminder of the deep bond between humans and the natural world. With a lifespan of between 40 to 60 years, several media outlets estimated Vladimir to be around 15 years old. First discovered in 2019, Vladimir was seen wearing a harness with what appeared to be a mount for a small camera near the island of Ingoya in Norway's north, around 300 kilometers from the Russian maritime border. The harness was stamped with equipment St. Petersburg in English. The whale was very interested in people and responded to hand signals, leading Norway's domestic intelligence agency to presume he had been held in captivity in Russia as part of a research program before crossing into Norwegian waters. Moscow has never responded to the allegations about Vladimir.
Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Madlina Rahman. Thank you for watching and have a good night.